So again, describe how ancient Greece, Rome, and England were influences to the U.S. Constitution. Give examples on how they were influential. So we talked about this yesterday. Give you some time to work on that. Okay. Sure. Okay. Y'all done, Cannon? All right. All righty, guys. So let's go over this real quick. Ancient Greece and Rome. What type of or influences did they bring to the United States government, the Constitution? What influences did they bring? Give me one of them. Chase, give me one of them.
Would it be the different form of democracy?
Okay, all right. So we talked about direct democracy the other day, right? And then we talked about what else? Yeah, representative democracy, a republic. Good job. So what were some of the issues with a direct democracy? So yeah, it worked for Athens, but why won't it work for, let's say, the Roman Empire, or the United States with all them people? Kind of gave it away. Too many people, right? So they needed some sort of representative body, right? They needed a representative for them, for the people to fight for their rights or to push for what they would want or desire. Good job. So that's where the republic came around. Good, good. So these representatives would work as servants to the people. Good. That's a good example. Good. What's another influence that ancient Rome and Greece brought to the table for the United States? What type of influence? Rem? Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're on the right track there. Good. Good. So we talked about representative democracy, republic. Good. What else? What else? I know I showed a picture kind of at the end of the class when we're talking about ancient Rome. Chase?
Would it be the chamber?
The branches of government, right? Yeah, good job. So with the Constitution, with moving to the legislative branch, the executive branch, and judicial branch, okay, all kind of taken from ancient Rome. Good, good. So even with the chambers, like you said, the House of Representatives, the Senate, where they all group together, they discuss and dispute some of the issues, maybe creating laws or voting on certain, let's say, orders, okay, certain laws. They come together in the chamber. Good. And even some of the architecture, right, of some of these buildings, like the Capitol building, very much suited, very much looks like Roman architecture. Yeah, so that maybe we're giving like thanks back, and it's something like we can look at and understand that it is a government building. All right, good job, good job. What else do we got? What else do we got? Or is that it for ancient Rome and Greece? I think so. What about English influence? I know those were some of the terms there that I had up at the end of the class. Tanner, give me one of them.
English Bill of Rights gave rise to, well, our Bill of Rights with the right to a fair trial.
Okay, yeah, good job. So the English Bill of Rights, okay, that focused obviously on giving the rights to the people. Okay, that can't be taken away by the government. And yeah, it influenced our Bill of Rights. And I know I talked about it before, the founding fathers, some of them believe that, well, why are we listing these rights? Okay, if it came down to it, we'll have to list every single right that's given to man. Right? It'll be almost like redundant, right? It would be a waste of time. But that's why we have the 9th Amendment. Okay, anything not stated, implied, that's rights given to the people. All right, good job. What else? What else? What else is an influence to the U.S. government from England? What else do we got? Jamie, do you have one? Magna Carta. Good job. What's the Magna Carta? What was it all about? You don't know? Did you look it up, the term, the definition?
I was texting up thinking about my
Oh, that's right. You did tell me. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? Magna Carta. Chase?
A document guaranteeing U.S. political liberties.
Yeah, good job. So this is really just stating that the king, the government can't overstep their boundaries, that they're not untouchable, okay, that they are servants of the people. And if they commit a crime or if they not follow the law as suited, they just can't get away with it because they're government, right? Good job. That they're not untouchable. Awesome, awesome. So the Magna Carta, that's what that label set out and established. Good. Anything else? Anything else that was listed? I think that was pretty much it, wasn't it? I think so. Because we all know England, even though we broke away from England, Great Britain, we still look back to their government, and we all know it's still around today. Very powerful country. Okay, most powerful really up until World War One. I guess you could say it would change to Germany and the United States right around that time. So yeah, why not look back at Great Britain, see what they've done right? Because obviously they're a lasting power, strong power for a long period of time. All right, good. Any questions? Okay, terms for today. Today we'll talk about some constitutional influences, and then tomorrow we'll talk about Enlightenment thinkers. There we go. All right, so if you didn't write them down yesterday at the end of class, there they are. So we have the Unwritten Constitution, right? That's really just stating about how All these rights, they don't have to be written out. It's like, okay, do we have to write out every single right? That's kind of what I was getting at with our founding fathers, what they described. It's like, okay, it's implied that the people have these rights. We don't have to necessarily write them all out. Okay, Mayflower Compact and House of Burgesses. So this should be reviewed to many of you, but we'll talk about that today and how this was influential. What's up, Master? You need get that? You need help? Yeah. See, there it goes. What's up? Oh. Don't talk to him. I don't know. I don't know why they won. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm gonna talk to him. All right, so we're gonna move on here today. Like I said, we're gonna talk about constitutional influences today. Tomorrow I'll talk about Enlightenment thinkers, and I'll just show a way that you can kind of remember these Enlightenment thinkers, an easier way. So real quick, to move on today, just talk about really the House of Burgesses here and Mayflower Compact. I know it says 4, but consider it 3. Like I said, I like to talk about the the Enlightenment thinkers, just because I think it's important that we branch off a little bit, discuss them more in detail. Okay, because there's a lot of information about these Enlightenment thinkers, and it might take 2 days to discuss and talk about every single one of them and their contributions. And I think Friday we'll have presentations on these Enlightenment thinkers. We'll see. We'll see. I know I like to do these presentations in class, have you do a little bit more research on your end about these Enlightenment thinkers. All right, so colonial heritage. So yeah, let's look at colonial heritage as an influence to the U.S. Constitution. Okay, although the Great Britain ruled over the United States, over the 13 colonies, right? The colonial heritage still had a say and had a working government for the people in the colonies. We all know no taxation without representation, right? And when it came down to it, the king could really just disband all of these colonies' decisions and their governments. Okay, but for the time being, because the king really can't rule over, okay, it's really hard for the king to rule all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. The colonies came up with their own forms of government. I'm sure you all know the Mayflower Compact, this direct democracy, majority rules, that came over with the Pilgrims, okay? And that advanced a lot throughout the New England colonies, especially Massachusetts, okay, New York, right, Connecticut, Rhode Island. So direct democracy, again, kind of repeated from ancient Rome and Greece, but it was a great movement for these people, okay, coming to the colonies, specifically in the New England colonies. So Mayflower Compact, direct democracy, majority rules. Let's take that idea and apply it to the US Constitution. Obviously, more people will have to shift to a representative democracy, a republic. All right, the House of Burgesses, legislative house that met to discuss, debate issues, make laws, and pass taxes for the whole colony. So the House of Burgesses, unicameral legislation, okay, or sorry, legislature, and this was in Virginia. But looking at the U.S. Constitution, looking at the government moving forward, we need to have some sort of legislative body. We need to have some sort of body where representatives come together and create laws and try to create a sound place, a sound state for the people. Okay, so these representatives would dispute over issues, talk over certain situations, create laws for the people, and make sure that, okay, the state's running in the right direction. Again, these representatives elected by the people. Okay, at that time, like I mentioned, House of Burgesses, unicameral legislature, meaning it's just one house. Okay, we all know now, bicameral legislature, there's two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. All right, and then finally, English colonial governments, right to vote, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. So we all know each colony that was established, giving the rights to these people, making sure they have the ability to speak without getting, obviously serving jail time or getting punished or killed for speaking out against the government or discussing disputes about the government. Right to vote, obviously. Okay, at that time, we all know that slaves, they didn't have a right whatsoever. Okay, but moving forward, moving past this, when we get more to the Civil War and even after civil rights movement, 1960s, eventually those issues would be solved, okay, for African Americans moving forward. But at that time, no, they didn't have it. But again, freedom of religion, express your religion without being brutalized over it. Okay, we all know a lot of these immigrants that came to the United States, especially the Pilgrims, the Puritans, they're looking for religious freedom. So it's vital that religion could be expressed without being punished for it, okay? Freedom of the press. So the press was created to make sure that they could keep the government in line. Okay, no reason that the government and the press should be working together. No, no, no. The press should be trying to keep the government in line and making sure that they could keep in check for the people. A lot of people today are saying that, you know what, maybe press should be sanctioned a little bit here, right? Maybe they shouldn't be working with the government. Again, not going to get involved with that, but I'm just talking about some of these situations and how the press keeps the government in check. All right, is there any questions on that, guys? So colonial influence. You all good? All right, okay. So I'm gonna have you guys work on this assignment now. Shouldn't take you too long, but you have the rest of the class to work on. So it's just a reading and questions about these constitutional influences. You might read about some of these Enlightenment thinkers within this activity. So again, here's a file. So here's the reading. And the questions are listed below. You guys got it? Okay. So you have the rest of the period to work on that.